Well, let's hope that the first horror movie I see this year is not as bad as Night Swim. Mind you, that is an incredibly low bar. Hi there, I'm Rex King, and today we're talking about Wolfman. So, Wolfman was directed by Leigh Whannell, the same guy who directed that Invisible Man remake a few years ago. And now he's taking on the Wolfman character and doing a realistic retelling of that story. The film follows a father played by Christopher Abbott, and his wife, played by Julia Gardner, and his daughter, played by Matilda Firth. They encounter this creature that ends up scratching the father, and they end up having to take refuge in a farmhouse. However, the father starts to undergo some strange transformations and starts to change in ways both unexpected to him and his family, and now he must try to do everything he can to retain his humanity and not become the very same monster that is trying to harm his family. So, I love werewolf movies. I love the original Wolfman. I like the 2010 unrated version of the Wolfman. I liked Werewolves last year. I love a lot of werewolf movies, basically. My favorite one being An American Werewolf in London. So when I heard they were doing a redoing of the Wolfman and Leigh Whannell was going to direct it, I was actually kind of happy. I don't love Leigh Whannell's take on the Invisible Man. I had some issues with it, but I understood where he was going with it, and I did respect the ambition. This film is interesting. I like the idea of focusing on the werewolf transformation. It's not like most movies where it's a maybe 5 to 10 minute scene of the character becoming a werewolf. This takes the entire movie, and we see a lot of the transformation from his point of view as he slowly starts to lose his humanity, and everything around him starts to change as his senses become more heightened, and he becomes this creature that he just doesn't know how to contain. I really like that. I also like the makeup effects they use for our titular character. I like how it's more realistic. A lot of werewolf movies nowadays focus more on the wolf aspect as opposed to the wolf human hybrid that you would expect from a werewolf. And I kind of like that this film goes back to those roots and focuses on a more hybrid esque character. Now, I do want to state that there isn't really anything about this creature that speaks wolf to me, but I understand with what they were going for, and I do respect the ambition. Um, I also love the performances. Christopher Abbott and Julie Gardner do a fantastic job here. And I love Matilda Firth in this film. I felt like she was really important to this film, and she, as a child actor, that could be really hard for this style of film. But I believe that that's the character that really grounded the relationship between the other two characters, and I felt like she was probably the most important performer, and I feel like she nailed her job quite well. The only problem here is that the story and characters are kind of head scratching. What I mean by that is the story has a lot of like dialogue and moments that I wanted to do a full groan in the middle of the movie theater because they're really dumb lines and really dumb decisions that the characters make that I just couldn't understand, and really felt like the script needed another edit, another rewrite, and it just was missing that. Um, as such, there are times where it breaks the tension in the film to me. There are a lot of cool factors that this film has going for it, but it's just unfortunately held back by its own story and characters. I did enjoy myself as a werewolf enthusiast, and I definitely recommend this to other people who are looking for a different werewolf adaptation. That being said, this film is not great. It is still good, and definitely a better start to horror for this year than Night Swim was last year. So I'm going to give Wolfman a 6 out of 10. I did enjoy the film overall. I just had some story problems and the characters just weren't as developed as they could possibly be. Anyway, that's my opinion on the new Wolfman movie. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.